we are, bright and early in the morning. Well, not so bright, I guess. And as tradition would have it, because I've got the weekend off, and it's fall, I'm going to be heading to the local quality dairy, getting some cider and donuts, as it's been a long time. It's quite literally, it's funny with seasons. I love cider and donuts, but the only time I ever like cider and donuts is before Thanksgiving. If it's after Thanksgiving, then I just feel okay. No, it's not fall anymore. It's winter, and so I don't even over the summer. Nothing. It is a fall. That person's driving super slow. It is a fall item for me. Cider and donuts is a fall thing for me. So today is my inaugural cider and donuts day because I have the weekend off. I like to head to the store early in the morning before the family wakes up and get a gallon of cider and probably some just regular old sugar donuts. Of course, I got to pick out something special for my wife because she only likes certain things. So get her what she wants, but the kids aren't going to care. They love cider and donuts. And I find that I found years ago that if you drink cider too early in the year, the cider has a tangy flavor to it. It's not the fault of the producers. It's the apples that they get the cider from. Shit. I should have been driving a little bit faster. Wow, that light stayed a long time. You guys have seen me make this drive. Usually it's instant on, instant off. So anyways, that's where I'm headed right now. And it is wonderful to have a weekend off. I tell you what, it's just, wow. I mean, I like my regular days off that I have. I really do. And they're pretty much necessary anyway with the kids and their school schedules and so on. But having an extra weekend off, I mean, I go on vacation in a month for 13 days, but the fall has always been my favorite time of year, and I always like to take time off, so yeah, anyway, so here we go, cider and donuts. I keep getting asked about my traction and ABS lights. It is my wheel speed sensor harness. If you remember, I repaired that over the winter last year, and it lasted for a lot longer than I thought it was going to last. In fact, I was waiting for it to bust so that I had an excuse to actually fix the entire harness. And about a month ago, it finally went. When I went through an auto wash, I did the undercoating cleaning, whatever, which I normally don't do. Paid the extra $5 for it, and sure as snot, it just those high pressure sprayers that they spray under there just disconnected my repair that I did. But again, that harness is subject to a lot of movement, a lot of abuse. So the fact that it lasted that long actually surprised me. So anyway, that's something that I'm hoping to get done today, as a matter of fact. And then I want to get those hash marks put on today. I also have to make some battery cables for my new inverter, and just spend some time with the family. I mean, I don't want it to be all work, so probably head out to the in-laws and have dinner. You know, I don't get these opportunities that often, so I don't want to just spend it all on my car or some project that I've got going on. I'm so glad that they fixed that road. I don't drive down here anymore unless I'm taking my son to school, but I used to drive that portion right there every single day. If you can't tell, I'm a little bit stuffy right now. It happens every single morning. I've been popping Zicam as a precaution. Every 6 hours, one Zicam. You're supposed to take it every 3 hours when you exhibit signs of the cold. Well, I haven't yet, but 9 out of 10 people around me have it. So I'm waiting for it, and I would rather be prepared rather than, oh crap, wake up in the morning, feel like crap, and then have to wait till the end of my shift or something to get some medicine, and then, a lot of damage has been done. So I been doing that as a preventative measure, eating lots of yogurt as well in the morning. I bought 6-8 yogurts, Greek yogurt, and I've been eating that. So, all right, here we are at the Quality Dairy. I like to get here real early in the morning because this place gets so busy, especially on the weekends. Here it is Saturday. This place, you won't even be able to get in or out in probably about 2 hours. So I like to get into here just after they've gotten the donuts up and get the freshest cider available and get out. So I've got my super secret special pumpkin glazed sprinkled donut, which actually tastes really good. See, the thing is when you leave donuts, especially when you have kids, when you leave donuts anywhere in the house, they will get found and they will get eaten. And so I gotta have one to myself that I know that I want and eat it before they even know it's there. That way I don't hear the well, Daddy had this many and Mommy had this many, and whatever. I'm sure you've been there. I was there when I was a kid. I can remember doing that crap. So yeah, cider donuts and chocolate milk. My wife's not too keen on cider, so I always get her chocolate milk, but this is actually pretty good. It gives me that fall feeling because it's pumpkin. I eat donuts here and there all year long, but this gives me that, strikes that fall feeling in you. So good. But yeah, so ever since I got that resonator removed, I've really been getting a lot more looks, knowing that the outside of the car is a lot louder than it used to be. You really hear me coming, and it's just cool to be at a stoplight or whatever and be able to not jackrabbit, but just kind of take off. And I watch people all the time, not when I'm focused on the road like now. I'm not like staring at people, but when I'm coming to a stoplight or a stop sign or street corner or something like that, seeing other people just look and stare. And then when you take off, when they're still sitting there, they're thinking, wow, this sounds pretty cool and looks pretty cool. And I think this car is underrated on a lot of levels. Yeah, sure, it's still in that General Motors kind of era where everything was just, the dash was plastic and so on, and yeah, it's front wheel drive, which is not ideal. I've already talked about that 100 different times, but it's still cool. There's no doubt about it. It's not going to win any races against Corvettes, at least stock, that is, but it's still cool. And there are not that many of these on the road. I've seen maybe 2 GXPs in probably the past 3-4 months. You just don't come across them that often. So to actually hear that unique V8 sound, I don't know. Oh shit, I feel bad for that guy. He's probably just gonna go anyway. all of its shortcomings, this is still one badass car. It's not going to beat this or beat that or beat this and insert here whatever car you've got, but it's unique. It sounds great. It's a totally sweet car. I love it. I love the way it looks. I love the way it sounds. I love the color. I love how it's the top end of the line. I just love the car. And everybody is different. Some people look at this car and say, man, that was really stupid. Some people look at this car and say, I'd rather have a four-door this or a four-door that. And you're always going to get that. But for me, obviously when I see heads turn, when I hear the exhaust, when I see the car, it's pretty obvious to me that I'm not the only one who actually likes it. You don't see too many four-door cars, four-door sedans. You don't hear too many of them sound like, they have a V8, a performance V8. You just don't hear that. Yeah, you've got your Grand Marquis and so on, but shit, Grand Marquis was, basically a police car. So, of course it's going to have a V8. But you don't see too many grandma and grandpas running around in Grand Marquis with full master exhaust. So when you do see it, you look, and you're like, whoa, what is that? So, it's very... Battery's low already. What the hell? Alright, so I've got a problem. I'm going to have to recalibrate that battery. It's already telling me it was low, and I just had it on charge this morning. It's probably going to shut off any second. Unless that battery is bad, I guess I'll have to look at that. That's a brand new battery. It's not lasting as long as the old one is. So, alright guys, I'm home anyway, so I'll catch everybody later. Have a good weekend.